It's one thing about the money, but you're messing up your life for nothing really. And for Instagram Live.
My man Ja was out here acting the fool again,
Rule
man.
Or Morant?
Good. Just for clarification, Morant.
I mean, because this is a hip hop show.
It is.
So
They might think it's Ja.
we gotta clarify.
So here's the thing with Ja. Ja got caught on a video. It was quick too. So his boy that was with him really did turn the camera fast, but had a firearm in the car. Now we know he's been suspended for this year. I'm talking 3 months ago this year, give or take, right?
3 months exactly.
He had a whole sit down with
Jalen Rose,
and
right?
everything.
Jalen might regret that.
He was just doing his job, Jay Moore, just doing his job.
I get it.
So him and with the pistol play, obviously the league is. I think this time they're gonna make an example out of him because he kind of got away with 8 games. I think Adam Silver is gonna definitely be in his bag on this one. But here's the question I pose: demonizing Morant while supporting the music that glorifies his actions is insane. I'm gonna read it again. Demonizing Morant while supporting the music that glorifies his actions is insane. It's basically saying Ja got the pistol out. The rappers had the pistols out all the time. So why is everybody so up in arms about Ja, but we don't necessarily bring it to the rappers from an accountability standpoint?
See, this is why
I asked.
This is why. Remember when NBA YoungBoy was saying he's gonna clean up his act and he apologized for everything he did.
Right.
Now with this album rollout, since we're talking about the music,
right?
With this album rollout, he decided to beef with Dirt and pretty much the whole industry on one song. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
J. Cole, Drake.
J. Cole, just anybody that's anybody. He decided to go at them. That has nothing to do with what Ja's doing because Ja's a grown man with a job. You know, so like one of us, we all got jobs or do what we do. So
right.
we represent some kind of brand or something
right
that pays us. So if we're out doing something outlandish and we pop off and do something on Facebook that people don't agree with, people are going to tag our jobs in the description, right? Trying to get us fired or trying to let them look at what your employee is doing.
Those people definitely exist. That's facts.
Right. So Ja has what Kanye West would call a good ass job. You know what I'm saying? And he's already been reprimanded for it once.
Recently.
It's just there's nothing wrong with him having guns. Let's get that out there. Clear the air on that. There's nothing wrong with him having the guns.
Yeah, we're not. But the thing is, we're not having a Second Amendment argument.
It's not
about that. Yeah, it's not about that.
It's about you already was on Instagram flashing a little pistol, holding it real dainty. You know what I'm saying? And now you're in the car with your guy listening to NBA YoungBoy, flashing your pistol again, and your guy tried to save you. Because he put the phone over there. And it's like he's like, man, you ain't supposed to be doing that.
He turned it quick. He turned it quick. Yeah.
So, and everybody was talking about the people that he hangs with. Okay, he's hyped up on NBA YoungBoy. You can't judge somebody for listening to NBA YoungBoy. But he is a grown man with a firearm, toting it in the car, waving it all wild and hype. Like, you shouldn't be that happy to have a gun. That's just where I'm at with it. Like, why do you have to keep showing your guns in your Instagram posts and you represent a brand, something that you wanted to do since you was a kid? Guns. You know what I'm saying? This is a dream job. You feel me?
Generational wealth.
Generational. If he does the right thing.
Well, as far as brandishing your gun, man, I was always taught to don't pull it out if you're not gonna use it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't make if you're not in a fight or flight situation, it's no reason to be having your gun out and showing it. You know what I mean? But it's different because we expect that behavior from a rapper. We don't expect that from somebody that has, like, everything that Ja is doing is outside of what you expect from a star NBA player. You know what I mean? Now, I know there probably have been NBA players behave in the exact same manner as Ja Morant, but they just were not putting it out on social media, and I'm not gonna put them names out there.
Do you think there is something to the idea of a double standard when people come down on Ja, but it's kind of like we're grown accustomed to it, so it's cool on the rap side.
He's doing it to himself.
No, I get that part, but I'm talking about just from the standpoint of somebody trying to make the point of it being a double standard.
It is a double standard because they're both role models.
That's what I'm looking for.
They're both role models. It's just this one is supposed to be the squeaky clean image, and this one is whatever image that you're putting out there. I get it being a double standard. Yes, it is a double
because
standard.
both have infinity amounts of power of influence. It's just from different professions, right? The rappers are all over the place. You know, hoopers are all over the world and get promoted. Ja's one of the biggest stars in the NBA, so his impact is ridiculous. No matter what he does.
NBA YoungBoy doesn't work for somebody, so to speak. I mean, he does. He does, but
not
he's
like
doing
Ja,
what they want him to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is
a good one.
This is par with what he gets paid to do.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make
Whereas
it right, but that's
we're
right.
talking about Ja Morant, who played through school, went through college, got drafted to the NBA where he wanted to go. He's where he wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you don't have to put on this fake facade like you're this gangster and do, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to do all that.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%.
You don't have to do all that. It
Clarence
should
with
be
the good
passive.
parents.
Yeah.
Clarence with good parents.
Come on, man. Did y'all see the picture of him when he first got
man.
Yeah.
Not even that picture. You probably talking about the family picture.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about the picture when he first got to
Murray State.
where he had the glasses on and stuff, looking like a dork. Come on, man.
I think
You are not that dude.
Ja had the low cut joint when he first got to Murray State, right? Like he had the taper and all that, and he turned into a rapper over the next 4 or 5 years.
It's like this is not what you want to do, man.
Jay Moore, talk to me about just this concept, man, the double standard and just Ja in general.
It's not really a double standard. You just have to understand that.
Why not?
Well, okay, look, you as an NBA player can't kick it the way somebody who does rap music can. Just like I have plenty of friends who are teachers who literally can't have photographs on social media with them holding
alcohol,
a beer or a glass of tequila. Not for any, even if they're enjoying responsibly. Me, on the other hand, I can have a bottle of Hennessy over here and a bottle of Casamigos right here and take a picture of it. And that is, and I know that's a stretch for some folks, but that's kind of the way. You can't kick it the way everybody kicks it, depending on what you do. And like this whole thing with guns, look, I am 2A all day. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem, but also I understand what it is. You just don't have your guns out for no reason.
No, it's stupid. I agree.
In a city like Memphis, this is a city you don't play with guns in a whole city where we don't play with guns. And it's also a thing where, like, look, I know it sounds crazy, and some people try to make why can't Ja have his gun out? It's legal. I bet if it was people of another demographic, they wouldn't have. In fact, they could use that and say they'll definitely get NRA support or whatever. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get that if you're black. It's the same way when I talked several episodes about how when I was in high school and guys on my football team, it was Friday night and they was out doing this, that, and the third. I was like, you know what? I can't roll with you because I know I'm going to be viewed differently. Mm-hmm. So I said, I'll see y'all on Monday at practice because I can't kick it the way y'all kick it. In 2023, how is it that we still have these conversations and y'all don't understand that?
Yeah, it's stupid. So there's also a difference between having a gun and displaying it safely and displaying it stupidly. If
you
that's
just out
even
here
a word.
shaking your gun, you're like, no, dog. Like,
But I think a lot of people are making is the way that Ja was handling the firearm, right? In his video.
This is not a self-defense argument. You just got a gun out to have it out.
But they're saying it's just as irresponsible as the rappers doing the same thing.
Rappers aren't in the NBA.
I know about
it's still a double standard.
We're talking
because it's not the same job, though.
What I'm saying
is the same. It's not applying to the same thing because you can't say it's a double standard if my music is about me brandishing a gun and I'm showing a gun and you're in the car listening to it and you represent this brand over here that says you're not supposed to do that. We've already disciplined you for it, and you do it again. I think that's not a double standard. That's just being dumb.
I think what's getting confused is it's not about the rules for both. It's about the reactions to both and how one gets one reaction and the other one doesn't. I think that's what this comment boils down to because it's like people are up in arms about Ja. But the rappers do the same thing and nobody says anything.
I mean, we've had this conversation too. Everything boils down to it being hip hop's fault some way, You know what I'm saying? And we talked about this before the show that NBA YoungBoy isn't really hip hop, so to speak. It's more rap. You can't keep going back and blaming it on things of that nature when people are participating in that style of music for that. So you can't set a double standard on something that this is what I'm here for.
Right.
Versus somebody else, he may be here for it, but he doesn't need to show everybody because he has a different audience that he's speaking to. So he can listen to it in his own free time. He just needs to stay off Instagram Live. Simple as that. And he needs to stop waving his guns because, I mean, when guns go off, is this exact type situation. Somebody that doesn't know how to use a gun and you're taking it out to be flashy and showing people, and then somebody ends up shot accidentally. I mean, Plexico Burris had his gun, shot himself in the club and went to jail for it. You know what I'm saying?
That's New York where they really don't play with you out here with the guns.
It's like he can't get right, essentially.
Well, no, the issue with Ja is he wants to represent the Memphis Grizzlies and represent gang at the same time.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Can't do both.
Yeah.
Can't do both.
Like you can't be a neighborhood crip and be a basketball. Well, you can, but you should not broadcast that.
Well, we know of a few basketball players that did it responsibly. That was in the league and they was banging, and you even seen it on Cribs.
Facts.
But they weren't out here doing all the extracurriculars with what they were doing.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
You saw it
very subtle,
very glimp and brief moment.
Just you know what I am.
Yeah.
Code of silence. Shout out to you know what I'm saying? But it was there. But he didn't have to go all extra and putting on a show essentially to prove that he's gangster.
I just also think this happens with a lot of young people. You are trying to impress people who are not really worth impressing.
Man.
You know, the people that you want to impress are the people, you know, and you know, I understand where people say you want to keep it real and you want to keep it, you know, within the neighborhood and stay, you want to, Bomani Jones said, you know, you want to be the places where they play pool and you got to put quarters in the pool table.
Yeah.
But what are those people going to do for you in the long run? You know,
because if he was really from the hood, they would be mad at him right now. Like, what are you doing, dude?
You know, I mean, and the thing is, I say this about rappers. You know, I'm 46. Ja's 23. So this is somebody that's young enough to be my son. And I'm like, where are the people? You know, I've pulled people to the side who are not my son.
His daddy courtside.
Yeah.
The first person that need to be telling him,
you know, but
you're squandering our money.
But at the same time, like, and the thing is, so many people are worried about him, you know, messing up the bag. I was like, what about him just messing up his life right now?
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have that gun in the wrong situation, and I'm talking about the streets. I'm talking about the police. I'm talking about just people scared in general. And because you see what kind of world we living in right now, and you out here playing with guns. I am less worried about this man messing up the bag. Like I said, this comes from the fatherly part, you know, even though I have no children. I am afraid for these young men because of the poor decisions they make. It's less about, they messing up the bag. I was like, you're messing up your life. You're putting yourself in dangerous positions for absolutely no reason. You can lose those endorsements. You might lose your a contract, have to sit out for 20 games. The thing is, you're doing things that could potentially lose you your life. And this is where I'm most concerned. And I feel like, come on, young man, somebody has to talk to you. You can't just say, I'm gonna sit down and talk to Jalen Rose and I'm gonna go somewhere and learn some breathing exercise for 2 weeks and then I'm gonna keep it moving and I'm be better. No, you might need more help than that. So that's where that's my issue with Ja. That's my issue with a lot of these rappers that we wind up talking about.
Yeah.
Like I said, these are my children, and I can't talk to them and just point my finger and say, stop that, you're messing up, because I don't want to make the same mistakes that, you know, we talked about C. Dolores Tucker and Reverend Calvin Butts, to where I'm going to get on TV and talk bad about them in front of white folks. I don't want to be that person.
Right.
If I had access and, you know, if I ever had the opportunity, old men need to see themselves in young men. So you can school them to the things that you've seen and the ways that you can tell them, don't go this way. I've seen what happens when I went that way or when somebody I know went that way. And you need to be better.
There's a disconnect with the newer generation because, and then Ja is a prime example. His dad wants to be his friend. He wants to be all in the videos, dancing. It don't look like he's doing his job because he should have been able to sit him down himself as a father, as a parent, and explain to him why he should probably be cool on that energy.
But keep it a buck though. Did you listen to everything that your dad told you?
No, I didn't.
You know what I mean? Because
at least you honest.
Yeah, because it gets to a certain point, like especially at that age,
you paying all the bills.
Yeah, you can't tell me nothing.
But at the same time, like if you really somebody look, if my father and I'm Ja and my father's and Ja's dad. My father would have been like, all right, you're going to take all these guns out of your house right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're going to hand them over to me. We got to understand, because once again, it had been about like you're messing up your life. It's one thing about the money, but you're messing up your life for nothing really. And for Instagram Live, think about it. He messing it up for Instagram Live. He don't make no money off of Instagram Live.
Not a dime.
He makes money. He makes from the NBA, from Nike, from Powerade. Those are the things that are paying him. But what's more important to him is showing guns on Instagram Live. That's when an OG has to step in and say, for what?
No, I'm with you.